how much do you need to spend in order to learn code? So in the very beginning, one of the top questions you're going to ask yourself is, how long is it going to take for me to learn how to code? Because you don't want to spend a few weeks or months or years without really knowing what it's going to be taking. And that in itself is a separate video, and that will have to explain how long it will take to learn code. And that just depends on which field you're going into. But the next question is, how much do you got to spend? So you're obviously given a few different options. You're given the choice of college or a boot camp, or of course you can always choose the option of going with teaching yourself how to code. You could teach yourself how to code and spend $0. However, let's be honest, this is honestly going to be a little more difficult than I make it sound. You're going to end up spending a few bucks if you're teaching yourself how to code. But you want to know what the bare minimum is. Well, the bare maximum obviously is whatever college is, and whatever college you go to that spends that exorbitant amount. If you can't teach yourself how to code, you're gonna spend a few grand on a boot camp, and that can range between $3,000 to like $18,000, and that just depends on where you're going. And you can just type into Google coding boot camp and you'll get a bunch of results that you can choose from. There's other YouTubers who talk about it. The last one is teaching yourself how to code, how to program, how that all works. And even if you are teaching yourself, yes, you can go to the library, which I did, and yes, you can watch a bunch of YouTube videos, and yes, you can also find a bunch of free classes online, free videos online on different websites, which I did. You can also go to Codecademy. You can also do free trials for Team Treehouse and Lynda, Code School, you name it, which I did. And with all that being said, you still don't know quite how much you got to spend, because you're gonna have to spend a little bit of money, right? But we're not talking a lot here, right? You could max out everything that you want to learn in just a couple bucks, right? So for me, for example, when I really look at it genuinely and hard, for a few months where I spent this or that, I think I probably spent in 2 years worth of education, I would say probably a little over $100, maybe 200 max, absolute max. And with that, I still haven't even accessed all of it yet, because I just ended up going down one path versus another. So the point is that you can definitely spend very, very little, and teaching yourself is going to be the most economically advantageous. Of course, you could make the argument that because of the fact that it took you so long to learn how to code, it's actually more expensive, because that is a time cost that you could have otherwise been already inside of the field. And that's another totally different debate. And if you look at my video on, if you should go to a boot camp, something that we can definitely talk about and debate. But you want to know how much you really need to spend, and I'm telling you, it'll be a few $100, right? Possibly less if you end up going with an online class through Code School or Team Treehouse or Lynda or whatever, Pluralsight or whatever the case is. Those are a lot of different options, and you can spend just a few, it's gonna be a few $100. Yeah, so ultimately you're gonna spend that if you're teaching yourself how to code, and that's a small investment. We're talking about a few bucks a month when you add it all up, or in this moment, right? Yes, there's plenty of free resources out there, and just because something is free doesn't mean that it's bad or negative. I think there's sort of that stigma that, oh, it's free, it has no value. That's not true at all. There are plenty of people who posted YouTube videos that I am very thankful for, because they did help teach me something, or explain a concept more in depth. The real thing it comes down to is how much you got to spend is also essentially your time cost, because you are going to have to spend time learning that you can't otherwise be working, or you can't otherwise pick up another job. I mean, that's just the case. That's what I think. Those are my thoughts. Please let me know what you think. If you are teaching yourself how to code, how much did you spend? Did you not spend that much money? Was it all free? Did you end up spending a couple $1,000s? Did you, exchange gift cards for classes? Anyways, please comment, like, and subscribe. Love to hear back from you. Thank you for watching, and have a nice day.